What would you do if you found out that the politician you trusted to protect your privacy might actually be working with the very companies that profit from invading it? Imagine discovering that Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, has deeper connections to Silicon Valley's tech giants than anyone ever suspected. Is it possible that your privacy and personal data are being used as bargaining chips in the political arena? Stick around, because today we're pulling back the curtain on Tim Walz's surprising ties to the tech elite and revealing what they could mean for your future. Let's begin by peeling back the curtain on Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, known publicly as a former teacher, a soldier, and a dedicated public servant. But beneath this unassuming facade lies a web of connections that stretches all the way to the boardrooms of Silicon Valley. Tim Walz, a name synonymous with Midwestern values and small-town charm. But what if his connections are more closely tied to the skyscrapers of San Francisco than the farmlands of Minnesota? How did a man who once taught high school social studies come to mingle with tech moguls and venture capitalists? And more importantly, what does this mean for his political influence and policy decisions? To understand this, we need to go back to the beginning. Walz's ascent to power in Minnesota wasn't just a journey through local politics, it was also a story of strategic networking. Early in his political career, Walz built relationships with key players in the tech industry, a move that would later prove invaluable. These connections were not just casual encounters. We're talking about private dinners with top executives, invitations to exclusive tech conferences, and even financial contributions to his campaigns from some of the wealthiest individuals in Silicon Valley. But why would the tech elite be interested in a politician from Minnesota? The answer lies in a shared interest, an interest in shaping the future of technology policy in America. Now let's delve deeper into the money trail. Over the past several years, Tim Walz's political campaigns have received significant donations from a surprising source: tech executives and investors who have never even set foot in Minnesota. Companies like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, as well as lesser-known tech firms and venture capital funds, have all contributed to his campaigns. According to campaign finance records, tens of thousands of dollars have flowed into Walz's coffers from the tech world. But what's more concerning is the timing of these donations. Many of these contributions coincided with pivotal moments in tech policy discussions, moments when having a governor in your corner could make all the difference. Could this financial support have come with strings attached? Experts believe that these donations were not just acts of goodwill. They were investments in a politician who could help shape policy in favor of the tech industry. But Walz's ties to Silicon Valley don't end there. Some of his former staff members now hold high-ranking positions at major tech companies, further blurring the lines between public service and private gain. So how exactly has Tim Walz influenced tech policy? It's not as straightforward as passing a law or signing an executive order. It's subtler than that, and in many ways, more powerful. Walz has been a vocal advocate for expanding broadband internet across rural America, a position that aligns perfectly with the interests of major tech companies looking to expand their user base. At first glance, this might seem like a noble cause, bridging the digital divide and bringing internet access to underserved communities, but let's take a closer look. The push for broadband expansion has primarily benefited the largest tech firms, providing them with a new wave of customers and, importantly, a treasure trove of data. And who was right there championing this cause? None other than Governor Tim Walz. Beyond broadband, Walz has also been involved in discussions around data privacy and cybersecurity. While he publicly supports stronger privacy protections, his actions tell a different story. Walz has quietly opposed several state-level initiatives aimed at tightening data privacy laws, initiatives that would directly impact the business models of his Silicon Valley donors. Is this a mere coincidence, or is it a calculated strategy to balance public perception while maintaining favor with his tech benefactors? When you connect the dots, a pattern emerges, a pattern of influence, strategically executed to benefit the tech elite under the guise of public service. The ramifications of these revelations go far beyond Tim Walz or even Minnesota. They touch upon a critical issue facing democracies around the world: the growing influence of tech giants in our political systems. When politicians become entangled with powerful industries, it raises questions about their ability to serve the public interest impartially. Are they making decisions that benefit their constituents, or are they being swayed by the promise of campaign donations and future job opportunities? In the case of Tim Walz, the lines are becoming increasingly blurred. This isn't just a story about one governor's connections, It's a broader commentary on how tech companies are increasingly wielding influence in places where they should have none. With their vast resources, they can afford to back politicians who support their agenda, regardless of the impact on the average citizen. Now more than ever, it's crucial for us, the public, to stay informed and vigilant. The influence of money in politics is not a new story, but the involvement of tech giants introduces a new dimension, one that could have profound implications for our privacy, our freedoms, and our democracy. We need to ask ourselves, do we want a future where tech companies dictate policy from behind the scenes? Do we want politicians who are more beholden to Silicon Valley than to the people they represent? The choice is ours. It's time to hold our leaders accountable and demand transparency in their dealings. So, what can you do? Start by sharing this video. Get the word out about the hidden ties between politicians like Tim Walz and the tech elite. Leave a comment below with your thoughts. Do you think tech companies should have this much influence over our leaders? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth investigations into the intersections of politics, technology, and power. This is just the beginning. The more we uncover, the more we realize just how deep these connections go. But with your help, we can bring these stories to light and demand a government that truly serves the people. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.